Good evening, my name is Adam Arwood, they call me the Zotmeister, and I welcome you once again to Stumper Sunday. Doing something a little different this time around. Detective Grimoire, Secret of the Swamp. This is a point-and-click adventure game, it's supposedly very puzzle-oriented. I actually bought this quite some time ago when it was on sale on the Humble Store for all of $1.74. DRM free. Obin, welcome, good to see you. For some reason I had never got around to playing it until now. I noticed that there was an interesting game that came out on Xbox One not long ago called Tangle Tower. And doing a little bit of research on that, I discovered that it's a sequel to this. And that looked so incredibly fascinating that I figured, well, maybe I just ought to actually get around to playing this one then. So that's what I'm doing now. And away we go. Area at the beginning. I think we'll be good. I miss armor games. They were so good.
"2025 last night. A murder occurred in a remote part of this swamp. A small tourist attraction, deep within the heart of the Martian."
Hold on. A tourist attraction? Here? I don't get it. Why would anyone come here by choice?
I've explained this already. This area is famous.
Famous. All I read was that some idiot thought they saw an alien here 100 years ago.
Get your facts straight for once. We're talking about a creature that's lived in the swamp for over 60 years.
Okay, so it's a 60-year-old alien. I still don't see why it matters.
If it matters to anyone, it's you. That creature is our prime suspect.
The murder suspect?
That's right. This is no Loch Ness monster. You need to be taking this seriously.
No, look, come on. How am I supposed to arrest something that might not exist?
You've always enjoyed a challenge before. You can start by reading this.
Our case file? There's not a lot of it, is there?
As usual, we only know the bare essentials at this point.
Alright, clearly I need to turn the game volume down, and of course a recent update to Windows 10 made that very obnoxious to do, so please bear with me for a moment. Why do they make this annoying to find? Alright. Used to be a little thing that just sits on the bottom right corner. It's been there for ages. Just right click it and, you know, adjust things, but no, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't even appear for me anymore. I guess I'll just leave that open in case I need to tweak it again. Police file. Richard Remington, founder of tourist attraction Boggy's Bog, was found dead outside his office at 20:45 last night. Exact cause of death unknown. 3 small wounds to the chest suggest an attack from a clawed creature. Slime around the wound and footprints found at the scene suggest the culprit was Boggy, the legendary swamp creature. Any of the 7 other people present in the swamp last night could hold vital information. And it seems like one of them would be the murderer, wouldn't it? Oh, those would be the claw marks footprints. What? Wow. Okay then. Let's see where this game's going.
Our murder victim, Richard Remington, he was in charge of this, tourist attraction. Boggy's Bog? What a name.
Boggy is the name of our creature. Well, nowadays it is.
You mean that stupid cartoon character? I've heard of him. That thing is our murder suspect?
There's more to Boggy than the cartoon character, I promise you. This is the place it all began. You'll find out soon enough.
Turn it back up a little bit here. Chapter 1, A Swamp Full of Secrets.
Your case file is in the top right. You can look at your clues and suspect profiles in here. When you've collected some, of course. I'll stay and guard our boat, so if you're confused, come back here and I'll help you.
Okay. 1%. 7. Boggy. Mr. Remington. His body was found outside his office in the swamp. Remington received 3 small wounds on his chest, and his mysterious slime around his wounds. Profiles of suspects 4% complete. Clues suspicious objects 2% complete. Clues gathered information 0% complete. Okay. Rank Gormless Gumshoe.
That's where I need to go. I can switch to walk mode with the button in the bottom right. Oh, and if I'm feeling confident, I can turn off those sparkly hit icons in the options menu.
I should probably leave those on because I hate pixel hunts. It is up all the way, right? Okay.
The water is black and deep. My favorite kind.
British spelling, huh?
That's where I need to... I can spell. I can...
Aha! Wow, you didn't get lost yet.
No, well, I only just got here. Who are you?
You don't remember. Of course, you're not great at remembering. I should be offended, though.
I've never seen you before.
Saw your hat blow through here already. You must be slow, if it wouldn't even wait for you.
Well, if you'll let me, I'd better go after it. You can wait here and be
You'll
faithful.
get lost. I would never forgive myself if I let you go through without the map.
You have a map of the swamp?
Not anymore. I'm giving it to you.
You should really stay here. It's dangerous. There's been a murder. Although I suppose you know all about it already?
They're saying it was the creature. But it can't be him. He doesn't seem like a killing sort of creature. Nope. He's a different sort of creature.
Wait, what do you mean? If you... she disappeared. I might pretend I imagined her.
I can't even. I just can't even.
Is an opportunity for a photographic memento. The two characters are an explorer and Boggy himself. Are they fighting?
A map of tourist attraction Boggy's Bog, generously donated by the mysterious little girl at the entrance. When I'm exploring the swamp, I can access my map from the map button in the corner. So it looks like that. Ah, yes, there we are. Should head to the crime scene first. It's to the west side of the swamp. Okay.
I still don't quite understand why we have a tourist attraction here. Don't forget to use walk mode to move around. Just my luck, the gate's closed. Looks like I can move these metal latches around. I should just have to slide at least one of them out of the bottom of the lock. Then I'll be able to get through this gate. Probably.
Oh, cute!
Hey, nice. I might get one of these from my office. This is the tourist attraction? The whole thing just doesn't make sense to me. Let's do some thinking. Drag any two stray thoughts into those slots at the bottom, and flick through the connecting statements in between to make a sentence. Tap the confirm button to try it out. I just have to focus my thoughts and reach a conclusion. Boggy's Bog seems like the middle of nowhere. The swamp is far too remote for the tourist attraction to make any money. It's really bugging me. What's the story behind this place?
That's a neat mechanic. I like that. Hello, Oxygen. Good to see you.
There's a hollow part of the tree right at the front, but it's too dark to see inside. Apparently, there's a museum to the left and a cafe to the right. I'm not hungry, though. This place is putting me off food. Apparently... Note to self, don't fall in. It's a fork in the road. How non-linear.
His voice is pretty good.
These flower petals seem a little out of place, lying on the ground over there.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Protest?
A rather prominent tree stump looming over the wooden pathway. It's hard to ignore. I should visit the crime scene before I do anything else. I think Officer James said it was to the west. Looks like this path leads towards the northwest corner of Boggy's Bog. I can't wait. Rocks sitting in the water like stepping stones. If that was a natural occurrence, it's a very convenient one. There's a narrow path here leading up that hill and through the trees. It doesn't look inviting. I'm not sure it's part of the tourist attraction.
Ugh. I see.
So, this is where they found Remington's body.
Okay, yep.
There's an open window above Remington's body. One of the curtains is ripped and hanging on the outside. I can't get in here without a key, and I don't feel like kicking the door down. Maybe if I get desperate later on. I can't make... There are bizarre footprints with 3 toes leading up to the office door, and back down into those reeds by the water. I don't like it here. What's this? There's a lockpick dropped amongst the weeds down here in the water.
Ooh.
I just have to work out which vine to break and tap that button. That's the one. But I wonder where this lockpick came from.
Lockpick. A lockpick discarded near the entrance to Remington's office, covered in a strange liquid slime, most likely used by the murderer to break into Remington's office, and a couple other tidbits, apparently, that we don't know yet.
I can't get in here, but maybe if I... Not suspicious. Suspicious?
Interesting.
There's an open window above Remington's bunk. I don't like it here. There's an open window. What?
Nope. Guess we can just...
I can't make... Aha, some suspects. Let's get this investigation started.
What? Yes, do you have a message for me?
No, I don't think so.
Then why are you here? I'm incredibly busy.
You don't look it. Who are you, anyway?
What a question. You're serious? I am Vincent Van Der Peer.
The famous movie director?
The artist, the visionary, the auteur. I'm a man of many talents.
That's great. Let's hope you have a talent for answering my questions.
You're in my light. Could you take a few steps back, please?
But then I'd be too far away to talk to you.
I know.
Were you working yesterday? Here in the swamp, I mean?
Indeed I was working. Very hard indeed. Well into the night.
Hard work, is it? Getting to know the swamp?
You jest. But yesterday I was getting even more involved than usual. Yes. Difficult to comprehend, I know.
So what kind of work were you doing?
Well, I was, unable to find my faithful cameraman last night. He had hidden himself quite completely from view.
Bobby Burrow, right? Did you need him to film for you?
Always. But being a resourceful type of man, I stepped up and took on the responsibility myself. I was filming in this exact area, in fact.
You were filming? Last night? Here?
Yes, at the time of the murder, I believe. But wait, I know what you're thinking. Now, don't forget, I'm not here to shoot some experimental documentary. I have no interest in late-night surveillance footage.
Did you see anything at all? What is it you were filming?
The water. I was filming the water. It's a fascinating subject, one that has me captivated to the point where
So, you didn't see anything useful? Got excited there for a minute.
Nothing useful to you, my good detective, but there are some odd sounds on the audio track. Nothing but wild animals going about their nighttime rituals, I'm sure.
Film footage. Footage recorded last night at the exact time of the murder. Filmed by Vincent Van Der Peer in the clearing on the west side of the swamp near the crime scene. There is nothing to see, but various clues can be heard on the audio track. Listen to them in order.
What's a famous guy like you doing in a place like this?
Quite. I'm sure you're thinking, why doesn't he send an assistant? But that's not the way this director works.
But what are you doing?
I'm feeling, I'm experiencing, I'm discovering. This area, the history, the atmosphere, it's the perfect setting for my next film. I'm on a scouting mission to get to know this swamp before I begin work on the latest masterpiece in a string of masterpieces.
You're making a movie about Boggy? About the swamp creature?
Of course. He's a fascinating individual, isn't he? So mysterious.
No idea, I haven't met him yet. Is that your cameraman over there?
Yes, that's right. Bobby Burl, my faithful right-hand man. Well, faithful enough, you know.
No, I don't know.
He's an expert cameraman. Really knows his trade, of course, but he gets a bit muddled when it comes to priorities.
Like how? You mean he's lazy? He doesn't look lazy. He looks a bit scary.
Oh no, nothing of the sort. He just has a little hobby that sometimes distracts him from his work. But I wouldn't want anyone else shooting for me. Now there's a man who could handle himself.
I'm not so sure.
Well, apart from yesterday. That was just a one-off, wasn't it?
For him, I think so, yes.
That is dark humor right there. Where's Skippy? He would have loved that. They would have had him rolling.
Ah, yes. The reason we're all here, of course.
Not me.
Isn't he your prime suspect?
Well, officially, yeah, but I mean...
What an amazing creature! No one has seen him for 60 years and he still manages to get accused of murder. Incredible! The world's premier director. The king of wit and whimsy. You met him? You're a lucky man. You won't be getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important. If you want an autograph, a plain sheet of paper will suffice, thank you.
I mean, he showed us this.
I don't know if it's any use to you at all. I'll film again tonight and try to get a version without all those bizarre noises in the background. I don't really have time to be looking at items from your collection.
Alright, let's see. Another suspect for my notebook.
That's a little rude.
No, I'm sorry. Did I say that bit out loud?
Maybe not. Maybe I can hear your thoughts.
So would you be able to answer my questions before I asked you?
Would you be able to question my answers before I tell you?
I could try.
I'm Bobby Burl, professional cameraman. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to investigate last night's murder. Obviously.
Grimoire. Strange. Is that your first name?
First name? What's a first name? It's my 23rd name. It's the one I like best. It's my second name. Detective is my first name.
First name? What's a first name? Is there something I should ask the cameraman? Vincent Van de Peer doesn't explain why Burrow's camera was so useless. No. Vincent Van de Peer doesn't explain why Bobby Burrow was nowhere to be found last night. Maybe I just need to change one thing. Vincent Van de Peer told me that Bobby Burrow was nowhere to be found last night. Simple enough. What was Mr. Burrow doing last night that meant he couldn't help out his boss?
Challenge unlocked. The challenge topic will now be available when talking to Burl. Find the truth.
So you already told me what you do, but now, why would a cameraman be working here?
I go where I'm needed. Vincent wanted to come to the swamp, and I was happy to help.
Vincent Van de Peer? You mean that man standing on that rock over there?
That's right. I've worked with him for many years.
Is he your boss?
Oh, I don't know about that. We work together. He's tried to film here before, but he never got permission until about a week ago.
Oh, really? But why did you want to come here in the first place?
If you're looking for a reason to write down in your notebook, I'm sure he can tell you if you ask him. I'm just the guy who carries around the camera.
You always carry that camera with you?
Most of the time.
Can anyone just walk in here and start filming?
Interesting.
Vincent Van de Peer only recently got permission from Richard Remington to film here in the swamp. I wonder if Mr. Van de Peer has been breaking rules. Or maybe he'll have an excuse.
It's an interesting mechanic how you assemble those thoughts like that.
You were here yesterday, I presume? Last night?
Yes, I was.
Here, in this clearing?
No, I was over at the cafe getting something to eat. Richard Remington was there too.
Remington? You saw him last night? Just before the murder?
That's right, I saw him. He left the cafe looking rather ill. I offered to help, but he just wanted to go back to his office. He looked like he had a lot on his mind.
He was ill yesterday?
Perhaps it was something he ate. The famous director, and my friend. Vincent's work, I see. I'm glad he knows how to use the camera at least.
What do you think all those noises are?
Well, judging by the time this was recorded, I'd be able to make a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
I heard from Mr. Van de Peer over there that you were nowhere to be found last night.
Didn't I say I was at the cafe?
Yeah, you did. But your director needed you for some filming, and he couldn't find you. What were you doing that was so important?
Well, let's see. After I ate, I had to walk around the swamp. I didn't have my camera, so I was free to stretch my legs for once.
Where was your camera? Don't you carry it around with you all the time?
No, not all the time.
One of these two is probably correct.
You left it with Van de Peer, and he used it instead that night.
That's right, he was looking after that camera. So I went for a late-night stroll. This place is beautiful in the evenings.
You just walked around? You didn't do anything? Didn't see anyone?
Well, I can't say that. I have various ways to pass the time, you know.
Van de Peer said you had a hobby on the side.
Is that what he said? Well, yes, he's right. I brought 2 cameras with me when I came here. I left my video camera, yes, but I have another one. It's much smaller, and it only takes black and white photographs. You know the kind I mean?
A really old one?
Yes, I suppose so. I've always enjoyed traditional photography, and this place is a wonderful opportunity to take some pictures of a natural environment.
So, you were having some time off to take black and white photographs? For fun.
Only one photograph. You have to be disciplined when you're not using a digital camera.
Can I see it?
Of course. I took it near the woods at the back of the swamp. It's quite an interesting shot, but the light qualities weren't perfect.
Here we are. Feel free to take a look.
Wait, what? This is a photo?
I haven't developed it yet. I only took it last night. Just brush the developing fluid over the photo to reveal the image.
What? Is that Boggy? The swamp creature just standing in the water?
It could be. Personally, I'm not convinced, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
Huh. Black and white photograph. A blurry photograph taken by Bobby Burrell shortly before the murder. It shows something that looks like Boggy in the woods at the back of the swamp. The being in the photo seems to have long legs. Alright, so yeah, compared to this, that's definitely not the same. This is Boggy. This is a Boggy suit. Interesting.
He's a talented man, that Burl. Sometimes I wonder if he'd be better off pursuing his photography full-time, you know? He's been working with me for a number of years. A real expert, of course.
I heard this isn't the first time you've tried to film here.
Where? In the swamp? What are you talking about?
Remington never found out about your previous attempts. And let's think about this one again.
No? Oh, I have to start
I heard
over.
this
Okay.
isn't the first time you've tried to film here.
I see how it works.
Where? In the swamp? What are you talking about?
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past.
Oh, that. Nothing but the natural process of being in a profession like mine. Every situation simply requires the right approach before the gears start turning smoothly. You understand, I'm sure.
Why did Remington not want you filming here? And why did he change his mind?
It wasn't even up to him. This area is protected, you know. There are certain rules, certain regulations. I encounter this kind of thing all the time, really.
That doesn't explain why he changed his tune. It's a little suspicious.
Why would you say that?
A famous movie director suddenly gets his way. I wonder how that happened. Time to use my notebook. Just drag an item onto the paper to draw the idea.
How did Mr. Van de Peer suddenly get his own way? Holy bribe.
Right. That's the one. I think you bribed Remington to get the filming rights.
Well, bribe is a strong word. It was just a little arrangement between friends. Nothing worth getting upset about. I simply promised him a cut of my next movie's profits. It made sense, since he owned the area anyway. Just a favor for a favor.
So you would have owed him money.
Only a small percentage, simply out of courtesy. And not for a long time, either.
Doesn't sound like enough of a motive, but I suppose it's still a thing, right? Presented him like everything. Okay.
Yes, that's my photograph, taken near the woods at the north end of Boggy's Bog. Have you tried looking there?
Good question. So this is where we're at. Boggy's Bog Museum.
That's the logo for Boggy's Bog. So, I'm guessing this museum is an official part of the tourist attraction. I hope they don't charge an entrance fee. That museum is quite a nice building, which makes it look even more out of place in a swamp. Is it being held up in wooden supports? It's bizarre.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That museum is... Wait, is it... I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut at the moment. I can't see inside. This side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers.
Ah, the same kind we saw out on the walkway. Okay.
The door's jammed unless I can get these brass handles out of the way. Seems like I can rotate them around, just until the gap in the middle is clear.
Oh no!
That top hat guy would have so struggled with this one.
Top hat guy? Can we not do that? Thank you.
Models of Boggy's claws. Hold on. What's this? Something doesn't seem right here. I think I should try arranging these models into pairs. Something seems out of place.
According to historical sketches, the skin would have had a number of spots and patterns, similar to that of a toad or frog. 3 prominent sharp claws, supposedly the primary weapon of the boggy swamp monster. Some early sketches even showed a small thumb.
I don't think these gloves are part of the exhibit. It looks like someone tried to hide them here.
These flippers, they're not part of the museum exhibit, that's for sure. Yeah. Yep. Those would go together.
There's a little door in the wall here. I think it leads outside. It's locked, though. I'd better take a look at this. This journal, it's full of drawings and notes all about Boggy. It seems to be the centerpiece of the entire museum.
Explorer's Journal. A journal recorded 60 years ago by the explorer who first visited the swamp. The only record of Boggy existing. Contains notes and sketches on the appearance of the swamp creature. Boggy is shown with 3 small claws on each arm. Boggy's feet are always hidden in the water. There seems to be a page ripped from the back. Boggy I was trying so hard to not make a Boggy 84 joke this entire time.
Let's see here. This journal belonged to the explorer, who first discovered Boggy in the swamp 60 years ago. Apparently the museum was founded by the explorer many years ago, in a different location. It's only recently been moved here to be part of the tourist attraction. That might explain why it looks so out of place. It's a poster from the old Boggy cartoon show.
Another story from Boggy's Bog. Swamp Studios, recorded by Swamp Sound. Copyright 1934, SFB Productions.
Some educational facts about swamps. Did you know swamps are gross? Yes? Yes, I did. Some educational... Apparently, this is the exact hat worn by the explorers 60 years ago. It seems everyone is destined to lose a hat or two in this damn swamp. This is a really cramped museum. Just one room, not worth the admission price. Things in jars. I don't like things in jars. Unless the thing is marmalade. These are skulls? Oh, they're just models. Creepy models. Books about Boggy and other mysterious creatures. I'll read them some other time. This is a
So,
Let me guess, you don't work here, do you? I wonder if that makes you the first tourist I've seen today.
you're incorrect, detective. I am no mere tourist.
How did you know I was a detective? Was it my stylish trench coat? My sensitive and inquisitive manner?
It was the clueless expression on your face.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Right. That's it. You've done it now. What's your name?
I go by Folder. Agent Folder. What are you doing?
I'm writing bad things about you in my notebook.
I'm writing bad things about you in my notebook. So, if you're not a tourist, and you don't work here...
I am a scholar, an academic. I'm here to research the past and uncover the future.
So, you're visiting the museum. For fun.
Fun! Oh, there's nothing so simple as fun to be had here. I come to this museum night and day to study its secrets.
Ah, what kind of secrets? It's just a museum about Boggy, right? The swamp creature.
He's one of the most intriguing modern examples of cryptozoology. A fascinating combination of scientific fact and wild speculation.
I'm with you on the speculation front. Although, come to think of it, people have been hinting that I should find out about the history of this creature.
A wise suggestion. And you've come to the right person. My knowledge far exceeds anyone else you might have met so far.
So, you'll help me?
I suppose I could divulge some of my findings with you, if you're in the mood for a little light reading. Let me find it for you. Oh yeah, this'll do. Something for beginners at least.
That big pocket on his side that just extends out like a file folder, that is amazing. That's really impressive for a sight gag that doesn't get directly referenced. I love that. Information. The animation in this game is fantastic. Information about Boggy, collected by Agent Folder. Boggy's swamp became a protected area after reports of hunting in the area. Boggy's appearance has changed from the original sketches, in which he has 3 claws on each arm. The modern character has simple fin-like arms instead to make him less threatening. No footprints are recorded in the journal, but some experts believe that information is out there somewhere. Interesting.
So, Mr. Folder.
Agent Folder.
Yeah, were you here yesterday? What were you doing last night?
I was here, in the museum, going through my files one final time before disappearing into the night.
Don't museums usually close in the evenings?
They do. I've never been one to worry about other people's schedules. I come and go as I please. There's a key to every lock, detective.
Oh, so you have the key to the museum?
Of course I don't. Why would you think that?
Well,
Once again, that clueless expression. I use a lockpick and get in through the small side door. I have a right to be here, you see. Remington has no business locking me out, so I don't let him.
You just admitted to breaking the law. If everyone did that, my job would be a lot easier.
It's not my best lockpick. This new one's cheap. I used to own one, a superior model. Unfortunately, I misplaced it in one of the darker corners of the swamp, so I don't...
I'm writing down your confession about sneaking around here at night.
And what are you gonna do? Report me to Remington? Good luck, my friend.
I need to pick my questions carefully. The lockpick I found near Remington's body might belong to Agent Folder. As far as I know, Agent Folder is experienced with lockpicks. I wonder if he's hiding something.
Something you found on the floor? Come back when I'm not so busy, alright?
Yeah, about that.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Are you setting yourself up for a joke? Something about a lockpick?
Maybe. Who knows? Stop distracting me. I'm trying to interrogate you.
My apologies, go ahead.
So, what are we showing Folder now? Where did I find this again? I found a lockpick at the scene of the crime.
Oh, apparently you did. Why does this concern me?
You already admitted to owning one of these, and how you're ever so happy to come and go as you please with it, am I right? Be honest.
Luckily for me, Detective, I was honest with you. I believe I have already explained that second lockpick before you even found it.
You lost your lockpick in the swamp and had to buy a new one.
That's right. I appreciate you finding it for me. However, I won't ask for it back. Apparently, it has since become some diabolical instrument in the art of murder.
Yeah, it's an important piece of evidence.
An important piece of the puzzle. This journal is a key to unlocking the history of this place. The real swamp creature had claws, 3 on each hand to be precise. Why does the costume just have these pathetic fins instead?
Excellent question.
You're wasting your precious time, Detective. Actually, this is a classic example of a cryptid photograph.
What's a cryptid?
A creature unknown to science. Look at the slight blurring in this photo, the murky exposure. It's perfect.
It's perfect because it can't really be used as evidence?
Now you're catching on. This file goes over some basic differences between the genuine creature and the cartoon character. It's nothing more than a basic overview, really. I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. I have no interest in something like that. Obviously. If I cared about that person, I would know everything I need to know already. Next time, only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule. This person is of no interest to me whatsoever.
Oh, that's perfect. I bet a playtester or a dev was like, Agent Folder says he's not interested in himself, and they were like, you know what, we're leaving that in. Please tell me that they saw that and were like, you know what, that's actually hilarious, leave that in.
Are you asking about the cartoon character? Because I have no interest in such childish matters.
No, I think I'm asking about the actual creature. What's the difference anyway?
Everything! The man was a fool. That's all you need to know.
Pretty sure we need to know more than that, but okay.
There's a little door in the wall.
Okay. I'm assuming that at some point I'll have to mark things as suspicious or not suspicious to try to narrow something down, but for now I'm not terribly concerned. Huh. Interesting that that's walled off.
I can't get... maybe if I...
Woods.
This staircase is a tree, and this tree is a staircase, and this place is so weird. This staircase and the rock path leading back towards the museum. The water's clear here. I can see my reflection in it. Not bad. What's this? It looks like the stuff in the water has been moved around recently. Maybe if I reposition them, I'll find a clue.
Aha! Anal this is gonna be, but
I recognize that footprint. It's the same as the one found at the crime scene.
nifty.
What's this?
Hey Craig, good to see you.
The water's clear here. I can not bet.
This is a cute game so far. Just get a sense of... okay.
Someone please tell me why there's a house here. Well, the lights are on. Maybe somebody's home. Someone please tell me what... The latch is broken on this door. Seems I can fix it with those 3 cogs if I just put them in the right place. Once they're on the right pins, I can move the handle at the bottom to try and open the door.
Oh dear.
Perfect. I am amazing.
You just walked straight into my house, did you?
I'm a detective. I'm paid to walk into people's houses.
Normally, I have methods for dealing with unwanted attention, but I can make exceptions for harmless idiots.
Do you get any attention up here?
Most of the time, people like to leave me alone. But I don't think you're going to, are you?
No. I could make an excuse and say it's my job to ask you about last night, but to be honest, I climbed all the way up here and I just like being indoors.
Well, if you insist on staying, I'll tell you. I'm Lady Weybridge, and I think you might be climbing up the wrong trees.
I'm Detective Grimoire, and I think I might agree with you. What do you do here? Did you work for Richard Remington?
I was living here before that man was even born, and I have absolutely nothing to do with him, or his little tourist attraction.
You're exaggerating. How long have you been here? Just in this treehouse? What do you do up here?
I've been here longer than anyone. Even longer than, well, anyone.
I like numbers.
60 years, something like that.
What have you been doing for that time? If you don't mind me asking.
I have many reasons to be here, but I won't bore you with all the details of my life.
I'm sure there's one detail worth writing down.
I like to study the plants and flowers in this area. I've learned many things from them.
Now, what about this little chemistry set you've got on your table?
I wouldn't call it a chemistry set, but if you bring me an object that has liquid on it, or inside it, I'll tell you what that liquid consists of.
Wow, how do you do that?
Chemistry.
That was perfect deadpan humor right there. That was great. Flower Book. A page from Weybridge's Book of Pressed Flowers. Contains information about all the flowers in the swamp and where they grow. The green and red species only grow around the side door of the museum and can't be found anywhere else.
Your job is to ask me about what happened last night.
Do you even know what happened last night?
I know more than you might imagine.
Oh, that sounds useful. Can you tell me? What were you doing?
I was here, in my house, by myself.
What else?
That's it.
Thanks. Just give me a minute to write all this down.
Yep.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron. Then tap the faucet. And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients. Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Let's see. First thing, then tap. And now we got it. Now I know what the. I'll write it. That looks pretty similar to last time.
They're samples of flowers that grow in this area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And 1 of them only grows around the museum.
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in the museum.
I know what it is.
I thought you might.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it. No, thank you. If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
Can I get much more from there?
A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she wasn't so keen on visitors, though. I have nothing good to say about that man, so I won't say anything at all. You should ask someone else. Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I'm not even sure who that is.
You probably don't know Bobby then.
You should ask someone else.
This is like an oven? Or is it just the boiler? It's so old-fashioned it hurts my brain. Check out that sunlight beaming through the window. It's so bright I should have brought my sunglasses. The tree comes straight through the middle of the house. It even has little drawers carved into it. Okay, even I'll admit, that's pretty cool. Check out that sunlight. There's a whole load of needles and wool on that shelf. Or should I say yarn? I just don't know anymore. A little blanket on a little bed in a little house. It makes very little sense. I'm indoors. What a treat.
Cafe.
Predictably, a trash can, and I just can't resist taking a look inside. The glamorous life of a detective. My favorite part of the job. Maybe there's something underneath the trash in here. Hello, what's this? Just a piece of paper? Or something more sinister?
Armageddon, my revenge. Is that a pun? Costume designs. These look like... Yeah, Armageddon, out of here. These look like designs for a buggy costume. What's going on around here? All the pieces.
Are we really talking about a swamp creature here? The costume design I found in the trash can explains what Burrow's black and white photo is showing me. My detective's intuition is kicking in. That black and white photograph. I'm not sure I'm looking at the real Boggy here, and I think these designs I found in the trash can might be the answer. I'll ask around, see if anybody knows anything about this. Oh, and I should start looking for the costume itself. If I can find that, there'll be some pretty impressive evidence.
Ooh, Chapter 2. A Deadly Disguise.
I have something for you.
Another gift already. Where are you keeping all this stuff? You don't even have pockets in that dress.
I don't need a pocket to carry a key.
What key?
I don't know. You could try it on any door you like. Although, I recommend you try it on that office door.
Remington's office?
I see, she's the Deus Ex Machina bottlenecking. Okay, I get it.
A shipwreck? In a swamp? Does that make any sense? And why is there a cafe growing out of the side?
Growing out of the side.
Ah, yes. I heard they were sending somebody over. So you're Detective Grimoire.
At your service. Well, kind of. You're a suspect too.
Of course, of course. Feel free to be as suspicious as you like. I won't be offended. You can call me Harper.
How did you know my name?
I can only assume I must have read about one of your many exploits. But I think you'll find the swamp to be your greatest challenge.
You mean this murder case? I'm sure I can handle it.
The swamp itself has a history that has captured many imaginations, for better or for worse. My advice to you, look to the past. It could be the way forward.
I'm supposed to look to the past, right? Lady Weybridge was living in the swamp when the swamp creature was discovered by the explorers 60 years ago. Lady Weybridge. She was living here when Boggy was first discovered by the explorer. So, you sit in this boat all day and sell food to people? To tourists, I guess?
Not just the tourists, but the employees too. To anyone who is hungry or thirsty. I know everyone's favorite foods.
What are they? Oh, and is this a real shipwreck? How did it get here?
I can't expose all the secrets of the swamp. I don't want to spoil your fun.
Is there a secret to this shipwreck?
No.
You just spoiled my fun.
You'll find out there are some secrets worth keeping when you've worked here as long as I have.
Well, how long is that?
I've worked in the swamp almost as long as Mr. Remington. We knew each other for a long time.
Really? So what was his favorite food?
Mr. Remington enjoyed a specialty only I can make. The bog dog. He ate one nearly every day. A real creature of habit, that one.
It looks like a hot dog.
It's similar, but I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. I'm not serving them today.
Why not?
Yesterday I found this strange green powder in my entire supply.
Guess I'm out of luck today. Well, thanks for the information. You've been a real big help.
Wait, take this with you. If you get thirsty, it's the most popular drink in Boggy's Bog. Swamp juice.
Oh dear.
Try it.
It looks like... Well, I'll try some later on.
You're in luck. That's my last bottle. A lot of swamp juice has been disappearing from my stock recently. I can only assume I must have been selling them all.
Did something strange happen at the cafe yesterday? Bobby Burrow left the cafe feeling ill after Hopper sold him some swamp juice. I'm losing my mind here. Why did Remington rush back to his office? Richard Remington left the cafe feeling ill after Hopper sold him a bog dog. Hopper is basically in charge of all the food and drink here in Boggy's Bog. I'll have to ask him about this.
You're going to ask me about what I was doing last night.
I was going to? Were you going to tell me anything?
I was working here at the cafe in the evening, and I had a couple customers. Eventually they all left and I looked up and went home.
Do you lock away everything at night?
Not everything, just the storeroom over there.
You mean that little door on the side of the ship? Is there anything else to lock?
I leave the chairs, tables, and trash can where they are. Lifting things like that is not a job for an old man.
Don't you have anyone to help you?
Mr. Remington liked to keep us down to his skeleton staff. There simply aren't many people who would choose to work in a place like this.
A skeleton staff? Well, that's convenient for him since...
Don't make that joke. I won't laugh.
The comedic timing of this game is flawless. It has been flawless all along. Characters interrupting each other perfectly. That's so rare in a video game. It's so good.
Someone made a costume to look like the creature. They must have known it would get a reaction for sure. But I wonder if they planned things to go this far.
When you're finished theorizing, I was going to show you these sketches I found in the trash can right next to your cafe.
It does seem like someone was designing a costume. A disguise, perhaps.
I don't know.
Try to think why somebody would do such a thing.
I don't know.
What could they achieve with it?
I don't know.
Not yet. It was Mr. Remington's favorite food. That strange green powder isn't supposed to be there. It's the most popular drink that I sell. In fact, a lot of it has disappeared from my stocks recently. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. Why don't you show that to someone else? You don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry.
It's all good. Let's see.
You have a lot of suspects on that list. I don't know what to say. I don't know very much about them. You have a lot of suspects on that list. You're prime suspect, am I correct?
Well, technically, but I'm not even sure he's real.
Don't worry about that. Real or not, the creature's the most important part of this mystery.
Which one? The cartoon character or the real creature?
Exactly. I don't know what to say. He was a friend for many years. If you have any questions about him or his belongings, I may be able to help you.
Him or his belongings?
Why don't you show that to someone else? You don't know everything, I'm afraid.
I guess.
I was told Remington left the cafe looking ill last night. Since you seem to be completely in charge of all the food and drink around here, I'm afraid this is something I can't ignore.
He was an old man. His health wasn't perfect. But I'm not arguing with you. I think it is suspicious. What do you think caused it?
What do I think caused it? A bog dog he ate at the cafe gave him food poisoning.
I keep all my food locked in the storeroom when I'm not here. You think he was poisoned?
I think he was poisoned.
Poisoned by me?
The storeroom was broken into with a lockpick.
A lockpick? I've never encountered a problem like this before. But since last night, am I in a position to doubt a claim like that?
Somebody knew that Remington would eat a bog dog. He ate one every day, right?
Do you suppose this explains the missing bottles of swamp juice as well?
The swamp juice.
There's a little locked door on the side of the ship here. I think it's part of the cafe. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Seriously, I'm not drinking that.
Okay. Before we go to the office... Yeah, I want to go back to the treehouse. There's information about the locations in the notebook. Interesting. How do I actually go there?
I'm indoors. The owner of this house seems to enjoy reading, though I'm not sure what else there is to do up here, actually. I'm indoors. Check out that. This is like... The tree comes straight... Okay. I'm in... There's a book on the table. I think it's a book about flowers. How fascinating. I must take some time to read it. There's a...
Okay.
The tree... Okay. I found these designs for a boggy costume. Do you know anything about them?
You're asking me because you can tell I'm experienced with needlecraft and sew my own clothes?
No, but that's a good reason. Let's go with that.
Well, these designs look like they should have stayed where they were.
In the trash?
On paper.
Oh, how come?
Whoever drew them didn't really know what they were doing.
You would have done it differently?
Of course. I am a seamstress. There was a time when I considered sewing my craft, my livelihood.
Really?
When Richard Remington arrived in the swamp years ago, I offered him some of my handmade fabric as a peace offering. I don't think he cared much for it. Most likely he threw it away. A pointless gift from some strange woman.
On the contrary, I think there is curtains. Yeah, this is what I wanted to come here for.
Let's see. First thing we do, then tap. And now we
It's always the same things.
got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Is that the same as last time? This was the exact same liquid.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it. You should ask someone else.
I've been looking into the history of this place.
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
You must be confused. You found me today when you barged into my house. Remember?
You were already living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years ago.
The explorer? That man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy. You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
You already have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because you were the only person here when the explorer visited the swamp. I have a suspicion that the swamp creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal? Or what, that I stole it?
You took it from the journal while it was on display in the museum. No, wait, that's not right, is it?
Oh, damn.
I've been looking...
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
That only
You
counts
must
as
be
a-
confused. You found me today when you barged into my house. Remember?
You were already
This one?
living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years ago.
The explorer? That man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy. You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
You already have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because you were the only person here when the
It's a
explorer
penalty for
visited
making the
swamp.
wrong choice, I
have a
guess. It's
suspicion
one way
the
of doing
swamp
it.
creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal. Or what, that I stole it?
I really have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs here, with me. You understand?
What if I promise I'll return it after I finish clearing up this mess?
Then, I'll show it to you.
Is this you?
Oh.
He drew you into his journal? It's beautiful.
60 years ago, yes. He left the page with me. We agreed the rest of the world would manage without it.
I think there's something on the back.
Oh. Yes. Yes, there is.
What's this? Footprints.
Missing journal page. The lost page ripped out of the explorer's journal, given to Weybridge by the explorer 60 years ago. Features a drawing of Lady Weybridge at 20 years old. Also features drawings of Boggy's feet and footprint. He has 2 toes at the front and 1 at the back. This page proves the footprints found outside the office were not made by the real Boggy. Yeah, no kidding.
No, thank you.
So let's see, I guess we can go outside the office, right?
Even though I have the key, this might not be as simple as I'd hoped. This door has 2 keyholes. So, which key should I use in each one?
That was simple enough.
Hunting memorabilia. Claws, teeth. It would be an impressive collection if it wasn't so disturbing. It's a sharp metal poker for a fireplace, hidden in the shadows. Something about those 3 prongs. I feel like I just stumbled across an incredibly important piece of evidence.
Yeah. Fireplace poker. Fireplace poker hidden in Remington's office. It has 3 small prongs on the end. There is a small amount of dried blood on the tips of the prongs, covered in a strange liquid slime. The 3 prongs match up with Remington's wounds. Could this be the murder weapon? Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know what's in that jar, and I wish it wasn't in there. I'm gonna stop looking at it now. An old hunting rifle, discarded carelessly near the window. This isn't the kind of thing I can ignore. Something happened here. There are signs of a struggle between the desk and the window. The open window looks over the wooden planks outside. Oh, and on one side, a part of the curtain has been ripped off. This is the creepiest office I've ever been in. Ever. These animals. They're not... I don't recognize any of them. Photos and paintings line the wall above the fireplace, but one of the frames is empty. Wait a second. What are these pieces on the floor underneath it? This photo is ripped, but it looks important. If I can piece it together again, maybe it'll reveal a secret.
Really?
This photograph, and it's a young Remington, and some other men I don't know. They're all holding rifles. Maybe I can ask Harper about it.
First Order of Cryptozoological Hunters, Headquarters, 1963. A group photo of a hunting club. A younger Remington stands among friends. They are all holding rifles. I think I see where this is going. Oh dear, oh dear.
Have I uncovered a secret in here? The hunting photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society. I'm getting a strong feeling that Remington might be the bad guy in this story. If he wasn't already dead, I would have loved to ask him a couple of questions. I should ask around, see if I can gather any information about his motives for being here.
Oh, Chapter 3 already. Richard Remington's Real Reasons. Don't practice your alliteration on me.
Remington's desk is covered in drawings and maps and notes. It's all about Boggy. He was obsessed. An ink bottle spilled into his work. I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose. Yeesh, it's a bit of a mess. Perhaps there's something underneath those drawings. Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers scribbled on the back. Vincent Van...
Looks like there's something at the entrance crossroad.
Remington's desk is covered in drawings and maps and notes. It's all about an ink bottle spilled into his work. Yeesh. Perhaps it's a letter Remington before something caused him to spill his ink bottle. My dear fellow, I received your note 2 weeks ago, but have only recently found the time to do the appropriate research on the matter. I feel like my time in this awful swamp might finally come to a close. All due to the simple realization, the rest is obscured. What a tease. It's a note addressed to Richard Remington. The handwriting is immaculate. Richard, our man of the world. A little help is in order. We're worried that the efforts regarding our elusive little friend might be in vain. Send word when you can. The letter is signed FF. And attached is a blurry little picture. It's some kind of metallic insect. The whole thing is a mystery. I have no idea. It's sent the letter and it's some Vincent there's a map. It's been annotated in a few places. There's a map of the swamp lying on the desk. It's been annotated in a few places. It's a letter Remington before something caused him to spill his It's a letter Remington was writing.
I keep interrupting things, not expecting to get new results.
It's a letter Remington before
Okay.
There's a map of the it's been
So, did anything... He doesn't actually take that with him? Does it end up in the office notes, maybe? It's acting like there's still something here for me to see.
Perhaps it's... It's a letter Remington before my dear Iris, but I feel old. It's the Richard, where Ward sent the letter, and it's some kind of whole thing. Vincent Van. There's a map of this. It's
weird.
This is the creepiest office I've.
Yeah. Very much so.
I found these designs for a costume. A boggy costume.
Aha, the legendary swamp creature.
Yeah, that's the one.
But these are just a child's drawings, are they not?
You think?
Perhaps. It's difficult to tell.
You saw Remington last night, but have you met him before? Did you know him?
I've never really spoken with him, but we've come into contact a few times. Vincent likes to handle that kind of work, and I like to let him.
What do you think of this place? The tourist attraction, I mean.
I can't say I like the idea of a natural area like this becoming commercialized.
I know! I just can't understand why anyone would even try.
I think Mr. Remington had his reasons. He looked like a man with a couple of secrets.
Like what?
I have no idea. If I knew, they wouldn't be secrets. I'm sorry, I have not seen that before. What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder? That's great. That's the food I saw Mr. Remington eating at the cafe last night.
Before he got ill and rushed back to his office?
That's right.
This is going down in my notebook. It might be important.
I'm sorry, I have not seen that before. What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder? That's great. I'm sorry, I have not seen that before.
A prolific cameraman with exceptional skills at carrying heavy equipment.
Try showing it to somebody different. I really don't have an opinion. My apologies. You should ask someone else. Try showing it to somebody different. I really don't have an opinion. My apologies.
Worth trying. Actually says feels like I'm done talking to him at the bottom.
What can you tell me about these designs for a boggy costume?
Nothing whatsoever.
You're sure you didn't see anything like this while you were filming yesterday? Wait, hold on a minute. What if you...
Don't you dare ask.
This costume isn't your doing, is it? Made for your movie, I mean?
My friend, there will be no costumed idiots within the viewfinder of my camera. I can assure you that.
What about your boggy movie? Isn't that gonna be, like, a guy in a costume, or a puppet, or one of those weird robot things?
Technology has been kind to people like me. We no longer have any need for such tomfoolery. I can create a perfectly believable swamp creature within the confines of a computer. Much cheaper, too.
Fair enough.
I suppose you've met with our murder victim, Richard Remington.
Yes, I've been in and out of this place for a while now. Naturally, I've crossed paths with Remington a number of times. Good value, that one. A real raconteur, you know.
You liked him? So far, I'm getting the impression he wasn't the most popular guy around here.
Well, that much is clear, isn't it? The man obviously slipped up somewhere, made an enemy or two, and bam, that's that. You just can't be too careful, can you?
Yeah, I think he did have an enemy or two. Or three. But you liked him.
I respected him. Good head on his shoulders. Good business sense, that man. He understood how to make things work for him.
So, one thing I can't help but notice. Vincent Vanderpeer, Bobby Burrell... His first name begins with an R as well. Seems like everyone's initials are matching. Which leads me to wonder about Agent Folder. If he's one F, then he's probably two. FF, as the office thing said. So I want to go back to... Oh! Stop swamping the swamp? You weren't there before.
Ah! You've arrived at a bad time, my friend. For once, they don't actually want tourists walking around this place.
I always arrive at a bad time. It's what I do. I'm a detective, not a tourist.
My apologies. It's just, you have the same wide-eyed expression as the kids that come here. Running around, spending their parents' money, you know.
Well, it's not every day I visit a swamp full of such unique specimens.
It's no problem. You're just thinking what we all thought when we arrived for the first time.
Why didn't they put in a bathroom?
No, you're thinking, this place is beautiful. What a lucky man I am to be here.
I am I? Well, if you say so.
Edward Everstone, at your service.
That's a pretty cool name. Can I call you Ed?
You don't need to. Everyone just calls me Echo.
Why? Because you'd bounce if I threw you against a wall?
What? No. Because I always come back. Again and again, until my job is done.
You're protesting, right?
I certainly am. And now that you're here, I'm getting you involved.
What does that mean? Yeah, I haven't got time to hold up signs for you. I'm sorry.
You simply have to hear my message and take it with you.
Go ahead. I'm all ears. Plus, I have a little notebook.
What was the first thing you felt when you saw the sign for Boggy's Bog looming over you?
Well, I thought it was...
Not thought. Felt.
I felt... Well, something seemed wrong. There wouldn't be a tourist attraction in the middle of a swamp like this. There shouldn't be.
My job is done. Clearly your brain is working perfectly, Detective.
So you're against the tourist attraction? Yeah, let's see. You'd rather this area was kept as a natural habitat, right?
Right again. And that precise word, habitat. First and foremost, I'm protesting for animal rights.
Well, okay, I'm following you, but it's not like they're cutting down trees or anything like that, right?
All animals deserve the right to live in peace, and I promise you, on a normal day, this place is far from peaceful.
Are you talking about the swamp creature? About Boggy?
A creature like that. He's earned the right to be left alone. We're fools to invite ourselves into his home like this on a daily basis, assuming he's not going to mind. Assuming he'll keep to himself and let us walk around with his face on our t-shirts.
Well, I agree. I think he should be left alone. But like you said, he can probably handle himself. And if no one has even seen him in 60 years, I don't really see the problem.
Unlike you, Detective, I never had an academic calling in life. I was never even a talented artist or musician or anything. So instead, I made the decision to stand up for those who were getting a raw deal.
You come here every day?
Yes, I do.
Well, I'm only going to ask you about one of those days. What were you doing yesterday evening?
I was here at my protest spot until fairly late. Then I went to get something to eat at Harper's Cafe before I...
Wait, you ate at the cafe here? Doesn't supporting a tourist attraction like that kind of go against your protest?
A man has to eat, doesn't he? I don't think the meager contributions of one person are going to keep this place afloat. Especially now.
And you're sleeping here? Doesn't it get cold at night?
Well, I came prepared, of course. I usually find myself with 1 or 2 extra layers to wear. Most of this bulk is padding, I promise you.
I'm sure it is. So you stayed here the whole night?
That's right. And I admit I may have heard some stranger than usual sounds floating around the swamp last night.
What kind of sounds?
It's impossible to say. This place fills with the most terrifying sounds at night. Hundreds of animals, some tiny, some much larger, awaken and make their own protests. Every night until the sun rises in the morning.
Insects make noises at night. Okay, I've written it down. What can you tell me about these designs for a costume? A boggy costume.
It's Boggy! I must admit, I've been a fan of his before I ever came to the swamp.
A fan? So you're interested in cryptozoology?
Oh, no, I meant, well, Boggy has been in all kinds of cartoons and comic strips. He's one of the greatest characters of the last 100 years. I've got some comics in my tent. You really should see.
He was only discovered 60 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Well, I bound it up.
But what about his costume? Have you seen anyone wearing it?
I can honestly say I've never seen anyone wearing anything like that. And I'm a very observant person.
And that would be honest. Completely honest. If you were wearing it. It's one of those... It's just how I think.
So what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of a swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
But he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me. Ignoring anything he didn't like.
So, what, he just left you alone?
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and he'd have it back to himself.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes.
Yeah, I wonder what others think of him, too. I don't think I have anything really to show him, though.
You should ask someone else.
Worth a try, though.
I simply don't have time to help you with this.
That museum is quite a nice building, which makes it... Is it... That museum... Wait, is it... It's a stepping stone path that goes past the museum and into the woods. So glad I'm wearing my best shoes today. There's less light back there. Those trees are getting thicker and thicker. I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut. This... I don't think it's a... This... That's the logo for Boggy's Bog, so I hope they don't... I found these designs for a Boggy costume.
Oh, some ridiculous new merchandise for tourists to waste their money on.
No, I believe the murderer was dressed like this last night when they attacked Remington.
If they were trying to scare him out of the swamp, they should have spent more time making an accurate design.
What do you mean?
Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character. It simply hasn't been researched properly.
What's wrong with it?
Well, those flippers? Pure guesswork. Nothing but foolish imagination. Nobody knows what Boggy's feet look like. No footprint has ever been recorded.
So tell me, Special Agent Folder, how would you do a better job researching it if nothing has ever been recorded?
Oh, well, That's, you know, I mean, it's all a matter of taking the time to... It's just that... But there's no way anyone would believe... Nothing but foolishness.
What can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
We didn't really have one, and now we definitely don't have one. But look, all I can say is that he was a coward who enjoyed watering down history for his own benefits.
What does that mean?
It means there are some chapters of this swamp's history that he never wanted anyone to know about.
Did he like you sniffing around this museum all the time?
I don't think he knew, to be honest. And even if he did, there's nothing he could have done about it. He has no right to this building, he knows that. We both know that.
Why not? It was part of his tourist attraction, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Really?
Is that the missing page of the journal?
I think so.
It's an important artifact. It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, you're not wearing the right hat to be saying that.
This person is of no interest to me whatsoever.
There's a little door in the wall here. I think it leads outside. It's locked, though.
Hello.
Aha! The great detective returns. Did you run out of ideas? Need a little push in the right direction?
All of these responses are amusing.
I'm getting a new idea. It involves ignoring you.
Like it or not, I'm here to help you.
I get it. You give me a map, then you magically disappear and hide behind a tree for an hour. You want me to be impressed?
Did you talk to all the suspects yet?
I'm working on it. You can't rush these things, you know.
Have you noticed anything unusual?
I notice that this is going to take longer than I originally planned, and I'm getting the feeling that I wasn't wrong about this tourist attraction.
What do you mean?
I had a hard time believing there could be a place like this here in a dark corner of a swamp. It didn't make sense, and it still doesn't.
Some things don't make sense straight away. You need to look a little closer.
At what? The mud? The water? The trees?
Nope. They've been here for years, and they're not to blame. They belong here.
She's gone again. Hiding in a bush, no doubt. I wonder if she'll ever tell me something I can actually understand. Someone please tell me why there's a house here. Well... You've been here so long, you must have crossed paths with Remington a few times. What did you think of him?
That man was a threat to the swamp. We'll be better off without him. Hopefully the curtain will fall on his little tourist attraction as well.
Better off? With a killer on the loose now?
There have been murderers loose in the swamp before.
What are you talking about?
In my time here, I've seen the swamp invaded by men. By hunters. Several times. They're relentless.
What were they hunting? Wait, what about Boggy? Is that why no one has seen him in 60 years?
They always fell short of their ultimate goal. That just meant they came back again and again, doing more harm each time.
But this area is protected by law, right?
It is now, but some men have no respect for laws, of any kind. They tried to get me to leave my home here. I stood my ground.
Obviously. But this whole area is a tourist attraction now. I doubt Remington would have allowed anyone to march into Boggy's Bog with a gun and start hunting down its main attraction.
I think the whole reason Remington set up camp here was to try to find Boggy.
Let's see. First and and now we just
Always the same.
got it. Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. What's going on here? That was definitely the same as the other tests.
He drew me into his journal. I was 20 years old. That's the end of the story.
I bet it's not. Does this explorer have a name?
Yes?
Are you going to tell me?
No.
I might still need her chemistry skills?
I recognize some of those men. Unfortunately. They've hunted in the swamp before.
Before it became a protected area?
Before that, yes. And one of them after that.
Ooh.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it. No, thank you.
Oops.
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you. You should ask someone else.
It was worth trying, I figured. Chat with Harper again.
You said you knew Remington?
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were. Even though we were friends, he had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies? A secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream, I can tell you that much. It's here a lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protest recently, which is a shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance. One of Mr. Remington's secrets, I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt. They consider myths and legends to be the ultimate prey. That's Mr. Remington's old hunting rifle. He usually keeps it around. For whatever reason, he was very fond of that thing. Looks like it was fired recently. It's Mr. Remington's fireplace poker. This slime on the handle. It's familiar for some reason. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. Why don't you show that to someone else? You don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. He's dead, but he always knew what he was getting involved with.
Let's see. Okay. Swamp juice is a mixture of sugar, green food coloring, and carbonated water. Swamp juice seems to be the same liquid that was found on the fireplace poker. Lockpicked door opening. Remington crying out, realizing he's being invaded, fires his rifle at them. Gets stabbed with the poker. His death cry. Tears the curtain on his way, falling out the window. Crook leaves. Typo there. Typo here. Missing Y and missing G. Oops.
Predictably, a trash can. The glamorous.
Could be anything else in there. Okay, so let's see. Who do I want to talk to? Actually, I want to examine the entrance.
Is an opportunity for a photographic memento. The two characters are an explorer and Boggy himself. Are they fighting? It's an old statue of Boggy. His feet are hidden in a bucket of murky water. I still don't quite understand why we have a tourist attraction here. Don't forget to use...
Okay. Something about the crossroad we don't seem to know. Oh, she's here again.
Note to self, don't fall in. You again. Ready with some cryptic advice, no doubt?
Don't let them take him.
Who? The murderer? That's my job. I gotta make sure that they...
No, the creature. Don't take him away. This place is his home.
Oh, Boggy. Hey, don't worry. I didn't really believe he could be, responsible for this mess.
You didn't?
Well, no. Mainly because I didn't believe he existed at all.
So, he won't get in trouble? He won't have to leave?
Well, he's been out here for what, 60 years, hasn't he? And stayed out of trouble for that long. I have a feeling some detective isn't going to change all that in one day.
Well, in that case, he says, thank you.
Oh, I mean, we've already exonerated the real creature, so... Bonafide... Oh, I haven't checked that since, like, the very beginning. I think I saw a Vanderveer movie last month that wasn't very good. There's something here I haven't found.
There's a hollow part of the tree, right at the front, but it's too dark to see inside. It's the base of a gigantic tree, and it's sitting in the very heart of the swamp. Was this entire place built around it?
Ah. Yeah.
These flower petals seem a little out of place, lying on the ground over there. A rather prominent tree stump looming over the wooden pathway. It's hard to ignore. Looks like this path leads towards the northwest corner of Boggy's Bog. I can't wait. I'm impressed someone managed to pitch a tent here, and I'm impressed someone would want to. It's a colorful, boggy-themed padlock. He's staring into my soul. It should open if I set the right number.
The office card said it had some numbers on the back, but it didn't actually...
Remington's desk is all Anish. So perhaps a...
I didn't actually get any digits.
Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers scribbled on the back. Vincent Van... There's a... It's the hat Richard. Where set the letter and... It's some... Oh...
Interesting.
Remington's desk is covered in... It's all about... And ink bottles. Yeesh. Perhaps it's... It's, the hat Richard. Where
It feels
set
like...
them and... It's some... Oh...
Feels like you should be able to take these with you. But, for whatever reason, that doesn't actually happen here.
There's a map of the swamp lying on the desk. It's been annotated in a few places. There's a map of the swamp. It's been... It's a letter before... My dear Iris, but I feel... Oh, There's a map of... It's... There's a map... It's... Something happened here. There are signs of a struggle.
Okay. So that's good. There's still something off about the museum. And the protest area. It just goes into the office now.
I simply don't have time to help you with this.
Okay.
person is of no interest to me whatsoever. Oh, yes, I know him. He occasionally asks me about the history and biology of the swamp creature. I explained to him what the real Boggy looks like and how they changed his appearance for the cartoon character.
Why did he ask about that?
Because some people are naturally curious. You should give it a try sometime.
You're a bit of an asshole, you know that?
So, you found it. I wonder who else knows about it. I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character. I have no interest in something like that. Obviously. You're wasting your precious time, detective. I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. I have no interest in something like that. Obviously.
Alright, well, I guess I actually am done talking to you now.
This is a really cramped museum. Just one room, not worth the admission price. There's a little door in the wall here. Apparently, it's some educational fact. Did you know? Let's see it. Well, first, this is a things in unless it's this is a I don't think it's a window, but this side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers.
Is it already? So I actually haven't even been to this location yet. I think I've presented literally everything to him. A gift shop. Oh, links back into the crossroad. Okay, I see.
It's a humble gift shop wagon. Let's take a look. Well, I wouldn't wear it. Maybe to sleep in, you know, not outside. Brightly colored boggy baseball caps. Is there something behind them? Brightly colored... Is it... What on earth? This thing doesn't seem to belong here at all. It's some kind of roughly made costume head, I think. There's a strange piece of red fabric stuffed inside. 2 clues for the price of 1, I guess. Bonky dolls, bonky toys, bonky postcards. Yeah, this stuff isn't half bad. A Boggy's Bog mug. Maybe I'll get one and surprise Officer James for Christmas. It's a map of the swamp. Mine seems a little older than this one, though. It's a photo of the swamp entrance. Or it could be a painting. There's really no way to tell, you know? It's a framed drawing of Boggy. What a shame, it's not even signed. Bonky dolls, bonky toys, bonky postcards. Yeah. Bonky doll. Brightly... Is there... Bonky doll...
Headpiece. A homemade boggy costume found hidden amongst the boggy hats in the gift shop has an unusual lining with a red swirly pattern. The red lining was a piece ripped from some curtains. But with the... Interesting.
Hey.
Sorry to interrupt. I can see that you're, hard at work.
You weren't here yesterday.
Oh, no, I only just arrived.
You're the detective, right?
I'm a detective.
So, that was your head I saw blowing through here.
You spotted it too.
If you're good at your job, you may have realized that it's kind of dead around here. So, I generally notice magical floating detective hats. Don't worry. You look better without it.
How do you know?
Oh, I have a good imagination.
I didn't expect to see someone your age working in a place like this. But then again, I didn't expect there to be a place like this in a place like this.
I only started working here this year anyway. It's temporary. Just running the gift shop to earn a little extra money. Don't ask how I ended up here.
I'll save that question for a different day. You don't seem at home here, exactly.
I hate it. This place is disgusting.
Come on, you don't think it's kind of beautiful?
You would say that. You only just got here. You'll get sick of it.
If I wasn't here, I'd be stuck in my office doing paperwork.
At least at your office, you don't have to bring spare clothes every day. It's impossible to leave this place without being covered in dirt.
Challenge accepted. When you have a moment free from your busy schedule, I need to ask you about last night.
I know, but it won't help. I worked here during the day, then left my gift shop and went home in the evening, same as every day.
You just leave your gift shop here when you go?
No, I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, seriously though, as much as I appreciate sarcasm, I think I'd get in trouble if I wrote something like that down in my notes.
Well look, you've noticed the gift shop has wheels and you're thinking, oh, she's pretty lazy to leave it lying around. But if you want to try pushing this thing through the swamp, be my guest. And I can't lock it up, so I just leave it here overnight. Nobody's ever stolen any of this lousy merchandise anyway. I even left my spare clothes here when I went home last night.
You left them here? By the gift shop?
Yeah, it's no big deal. They were all still here this morning. Kind of.
Kind of?
I think someone played a stupid joke, and my spare black leggings were covered in some disgusting swamp slime when I found them in the bag this morning. If you're going to take my clothes and mess them up, then just keep them. I don't want them back. You know what I mean?
I absolutely do.
Yet another piece of the costume.
I have a theory that the murderer was wearing a costume, a homemade outfit designed to look like the swamp creature.
I've never seen anything so ridiculous. You've never seen me in that.
I know it's not exactly the latest fashion, but...
No, you'd never see me in that. It would cover me up entirely.
That's the point of a disguise?
Look, detective. When you have legs like mine, you don't want to be wearing disguises.
Is that why you always wear those black leggings?
You've only just met me and you're making assumptions about what I always wear.
And making assumptions is the fun part of being a detective.
Well, you're right. I always wear these.
So what can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
I didn't have one. I think I spoke to him twice, ever. He usually seemed really busy, but more like preoccupied.
Preoccupied? Like he was thinking about something else? Something that wasn't this tourist attraction?
Who can say? What do old men think about?
What? Are you implying that I know the answer to that?
These hats look pretty stupid. Luckily, kids seem to like stupid stuff.
You sell a lot of them?
Yeah, they're pretty popular. That is not something from my gift shop. I've never seen it before. I have no idea what that is. They're mine, but I left them here last night. Now they're covered in slime, and I don't want to go near them. I can draw way better than that.
Can you show me?
There's no time. Maybe in the sequel. Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets? Is that one of your clues? It's nice. You can put it away now.
Is that a bog dog in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I have no idea what that is. This was taken near the forest at the back of the swamp, correct?
Yes, I think so.
The water is really clear back there. The legs of this thing are reflected in the bottom half of the photo. It's a nice shot, actually.
A reflection? Oh, yeah, of course. A reflection in the water.
Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets?
What do you know about Sally Spears?
I don't know why she still works here, to be honest. One murder is one murder too many.
Yeah, I have a pretty good view of him from here. Anyone supporting animal rights is okay in my book. His protest used to have a bit more energy, though. He spends more time inside his tent these days.
What's he doing in there?
I'm happy to say, I don't know.
There might be something I can ask Echo about. Echo spends less time holding the protest sign and more time in his tent. I wonder if Echo can tell me what he's been doing that's more important than his protest.
Is that one of your clues? It's nice. You can put it away now. Is that one of the other suspects? They're more suspicious than me. Let's agree on that. Is that your new friend? Sweet. I really don't know what to tell you. Is that one of the other suspects? They're more suspicious than me. Let's agree on that.
She doesn't seem to know anyone other than Echo.
Is that your new friend? Sweet. I think the cartoon character is kind of dumb.
What about the real creature?
I've never met him.
Me neither.
He made sure I was got paid, so I can't say anything bad about him.
You can if you like. He won't hear you.
You should have more respect for the dead.
I know.
Protest and museum each have a spot left. I gotta find the body piece for the costume. Flippers. Well, let's do this. the obvious.
Let's see. First, and and now we just got it. Now I know what. I'll write it down in my notes.
Always the same thing.
The swamp slime. It's all the same. It's the exact same liquid again. There's something about that green slime. The fireplace poker, found at the crime scene, and the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime. Sally's leggings. They link her with the crime scene. I'll have to ask her about it.
She already explained that, but okay. It's still near chemistry skills, what?
You can put that away. I can't help you with it. No, thank you.
Well, I thought for sure that would be a thing.
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you. I'm not even sure who that is.
Okay, where do I want to go?
Ah!
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently and more time, in your tent. Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to
I'm
ask.
impressed people have even noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
So, you admit it's true?
You can put your notebook away. There isn't really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Look, if you take a guess and get it right, I promise not to deny it.
Let's work out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time.
Tax evasion. I have no idea. Call him Echo. He always comes back.
You've been in your tent, hiding from Boggy.
Why not?
Wait, really?
I heard you've been spending less time
Seriously?
You're asking the wrong person. A man who has sacrificed luxuries to protect those who need protecting. Pretty good beard, too. He seems like a good person. He even sympathizes with my cause.
He agrees with your protest? But he works here, right? And he was friends with Remington.
I think that was the only reason he worked here. Maybe he'll see the light now and leave the swamp behind him. Maybe everyone will. You're wasting your time with that one. I have nothing to say about them. You're asking the wrong person. Ah yes, Agent Folder. A good man.
You know him?
We get on rather well. And we shared a number of views on the way things were run around here.
Boggy is my prime suspect, you know. The creature you're trying to protect.
Protect is the wrong word. If your suspicions were correct, we could both agree he's a creature that doesn't need protecting.
You think he might be the murderer?
I think he's a wild animal, and he wants to be left alone at any cost. The murder victim.
Since last night, yeah. But he was the owner of Boggy's Bog. Did you know him?
Not personally. To be honest, I'm quite glad about it. I'm afraid I have no idea.
I feel like none of these will trigger anything, but...
Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else.
I'm impressed someone like, and I'm... It's a colorful, boggy-themed padlock. He's staring into my soul. It should open if I set the right number.
Oh, wait a minute! I do know one number associated with Boggy.
It's a poster from Boggy playing the piano. He's having a grand old time. Copyright MCM XXXIV. That'll be 1930, 1934?
Yep.
I'm impressed, and it's keys.
Yes!
It's a journal. I guess it belongs to Echo. Bad news. Remington is dead. I don't know what to do. Was my whole protest in vain? They'll shut this place down, sure, but I'll never know if I got through to him. That's all he's written. It's a journal. They'll...
This is the journal, correct? The one that man left here 60 years ago?
You seem a little unsure of the details. Shouldn't you have read up on all this stuff?
Forgive me. It's hard for me to get the image of Boggy as the lovable cartoon character out of my mind. He's just so iconic. Did you know, in 1973, he...
But you're protesting to protect the real swamp creature. The cartoon character is just some commercial byproduct, right?
Yes, of course. No thanks, my friend.
Don't think his... If his own journal would say something like that, and he had it behind a lock... If he's the guilty party, that's one hell of a metagame he's got.
These flower... Looks like this path.
Okay, so protest is covered now. That just leaves museum.
I'm impressed someone and
Huh. Okay, so this is path, and this is museum. Alright, so they are separate tiles.
Next time, only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule. Oh yes, I know him. He occasionally asks me about the history and biology of the swamp creature. I explained to him what the real Boggy looks like and how they changed his appearance for the cartoon character.
Why did he ask about that?
Because some people are naturally curious. You should give it a try sometime.
Yeah, I wanted to hear that again.
You're wasting your precious time, detective. I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. I have no interest in something like that. Obviously. This is just a piece of junk they sell to tourists. It has no resemblance to the real creature.
So what have I not found here?
I'd better take a look at this.
Things about the leggings. Turn to the scene of the crime here.
The open window. Oh, and
I need a suspect to
Remington's
interact
desk
with.
is covered all up. And niche. Perhaps it.
I know guys with hats much taller than mine, and they never blow away. I have to go challenge Sally. Although it seems like a pretty straightforward disproof.
The black leggings you found in your bag this morning. They're covered in the same slime that was on the murder weapon.
Everything in the swamp was covered in slime. What's your angle, Grimoire?
Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Costume? Is that why someone took them out of my bag last night?
Well, you know, I don't have proof someone else took them.
If I had been wearing them when I committed a crime, do you think I would hand them over to a detective the second he shows up? Besides, look at them. What do you notice?
They're loose and stretched.
That's right, someone else. Someone larger than me has worn these. They're stretched out, especially at the waist. It's pretty obvious.
So, let's see. Somebody stole them to use in their boggy costume, and then put them back in your bag when they were done?
If you say so. It's not my job to know all the details. It's my job to sell souvenirs. Do you want a souvenir?
Oh, my, yes, but only if you choose one for me.
You look like you could use something to wind up. You can take this one.
What? Was he hitting on her? I can't tell. Glorious. Absolutely glorious.
I always thought it was weird that his feet are in that little bucket all the time.
It's just part of the character, I guess. I'm surprised they don't sell some sort of boggy foot soaker.
And that would be the one product I'd consider buying.
I think it's time I went to talk to Officer James.
Chapter 4, The Beginning of the End. Oh.
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there.
I don't need to.
Final chapter, Boggy's criminal record.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Boggy from last night? Let me see that photo. If that's not Boggy, what is it?
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature? What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
But this swamp slime was one of the reasons Boggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think. This stuff has an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that, exactly?
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone?
The murder.
I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work out.
Video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them? Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right.
Here we go.
Drag them around and keep swapping until you're happy with the order. And if you want to hear the sounds again, you can tap on them.
No problem. I can always check my case file if I want to go over my notes.
Yep. As I expected. Creaking. Yep. Culprit opens the door. Tim cries out in shock and falls backwards because somebody just went into his room there. He fires his hunting rifle at the culprit. The culprit grabs a little poker and stabs Remington. Oh, alright, so it's probably going to be this one here. And then this. That. Okay.
I think that's it.
Yes.
Excellent. There's just 2 small details bothering me. First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. the one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items from the left onto my drawing here, and we'll see what happens when you compare the pieces I collected with the original design I found.
Yep, the body piece is missing. So we knew that. I don't remember finding flippers, but then again, I mean, we know that his feet were fake anyway.
Wait! You never found the body piece! The torso!
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made out of some thick material. Something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume? Where is that last piece of the costume?
I thought it might be in the tree.
Where is that last piece of the costume?
I can't go back, can I? No. No, let me think about this. I have to try.
Where is that last piece of the costume?
Okay.
Where is that last piece of the costume? Where is that last piece of the costume?
Oh, I must not have solved this. I'm beginning to wish that these were hundreds over here. I wish I could go back to other things and just look around. But apparently I need to pick it now.
How? We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
Simple. He's still wearing it.
Yep.
I don't know what you want with me. Sounds like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Buggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret.
Yeah.
The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
The hunter and the hunted.
A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think you were some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
How can you know what Boggy wanted? He might not be what you're... You. It's
finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him. Just to scare him. Convince him Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him. You worked out the rest yourself.
It makes a difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down.
Hey, wait!
Into the tree? I knew that was going to get involved at some point. I should have seen that coming. You're welcome. Farewell.
Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
That was cute.
Grimoire.
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We'd better be.
Oh, that was a fantastic ending. Hey, Carnage. Afraid you came in just at the end of it all. So, what's the, yeah, they let me go to the end game, even though I never actually got the flippers. They must be at the museum then, right?
Models of Boggy's claws, huh? take a look at this.
Yeah. Tangle Tower is the reason I played this. I was looking at that and I was like, I get the feeling I'm supposed to know who these characters are already. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is a sequel to a game that I bought years ago and never played. Maybe I should get around to playing it. Alright, so, what's the tidbit I'm missing?
This is a real nut.
A good example of how Boggy's feet are never shown in any form. They often use that little red bucket to hide them.
Yep. So where are the flippers? Just in the interest of 100% completing the game while we're here. Isn't there a So let's see, looks like, Haunt the Swamp. So that's an Easter eggy kind of deal, I guess, if we go back to,
Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
Whoops.
Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
I have a feeling this might be part
not
of it.
suspicious.
Oh?
Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
Oops, hold on. What am I doing?
Not suspicious. 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 Not suspicious.
Was the, Right, it's probably for setting everything to not suspicious. It wouldn't surprise me.
Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
So,
Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
Hey,
So no, that wasn't the, that wasn't the achievement.
so,
what?
Suspicious. Suspicious.
There it is. Yeah. Right. Fair enough. So... where are the flippers? What's missing in the museum?
Some major. Did you know? Some did. Some did. This is a. Let's see here. Who first? Let's see who first.
Isn't it in everything? Except the one piece I don't have there.
There's a little. I don't think it's a window. This side. What's this?
I did that.
This area is kind of empty. I can't see anything worth writing down.
You won't be getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important.
Okay, right.
I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut at the moment. I can't see inside. This side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers. I don't think it's a window. This... It's a stepping stone path that goes past the museum and into the woods. So glad I'm wearing my best shoes today. It's a stepping stone. So... There's a little door in the wall here. I think it leads outside. It's locked, though.
Yeah, I've definitely visited both sides of that. At this point, feel free to point out what I've overlooked. I mean, I've already beaten the game. At this point, I'm just trying to earn all the achievements for completion's sake. Although I know what this is going to be, and I should go do that.
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently and more time, in your tent. Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to ask...
Untouched people have even noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
So, you admit it's true?
You can put your notebook away. There isn't really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Look, if you take a guess and get it right, I promise not to deny it.
Let's work out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time. You've been hiding in your tent because the swamp is haunted!
Why not?
Yeah, that selection doesn't matter at all, that's what I figured. There's an achievement for it. Slickest of sleuths. S rank. Yep, so that's finding everything. Okay, So where are the flippers for the Boggy costume? Because the end game assumed I had them.
Looks like this
They feel like they should be...
a rather prominent tree. I'm impressed, and
I mean, if you were wearing them...
It's Echo's tent. It's a job. Bad news. I don't know what to do. They'll shut this place down.
Yeah, the way that was phrased is actually pretty clever under the circumstances. Right, yep, so they're the flowers from the museum. So he must have come through here. What did he say about that? Hold on.
Yes, that's my photograph, taken near the woods at the north end of Boggy's Bog. Have you tried looking there?
Yeah, and we did that. We were able to click here.
What's this?
And we saw the footprints. But we don't
The rock path leading back towards the museum.
Yeah, but we don't have the actual flippers.
This staircase and this... I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut at the moment. I can't see inside. This side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers.
It's interesting that they give you this big visual clue, and it doesn't actually come up during the endgame discussion at all. I feel like it's got to be around here somewhere. It's definitely a museum clue that's missing, and that's the last one. Yeah, there's this flower book about them. Might be a case of showing the right person the right item.
Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else.
What?
You're not a bad detective.
Well, I found the photo in Remington's office. It was ripped up, though. I think he was some kind
He
of...
was a lot of things. Don't lose that picture. And show it to Mr. Harper before you leave.
Already have.
No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. Why are you carrying that around with you?
I have a suspicion it may have been the murder weapon.
Really? I thought Remington was attacked by something with claws, wasn't he? No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea.
Alright, well.
This area is kind of a... It's a stepping stone, so...
Maybe I should just look it up.
The rock path... The water's... I can see my... Not bad. The water's... I can... Not... What's this? Someone... Well...
Don't think we've got anything else left to possibly show her.
There's a book on the tip. How fast?
It's kind of weird that there's so much about the flowers, and it's like they just never bring it up.
No, thank you.
The tables and chairs are made out of parts of a ship, I think. Never really learned much about ships.
You don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. That's the same fabric from Mr. Remington's curtains.
It was much.
Why don't you show that to someone else? You don't know everything, I'm afraid. I don't know what to say.
I'm not going to worry about how frail that wooden path looks. Nope. There aren't many clues over here, unless those trees are a clue. But I don't think so. There aren't many clues, but... Note to self, don't fall in. Looks like this path. Looks like
Alright, I'm out of ideas. Does anybody else have any?
It's a stepping stone. So
all those. Alright, I'll see what I can find. Are you freaking serious? So apparently this is a pretty popular question, and I can see why.
what's this?
Right here. Right where this ends.
The strange footprints stop right by these reeds. Maybe I should take a closer look. Maybe I can move some of them out of the way. A strange pair of green flippers, badly hidden in the reeds outside the office.
First from a homemade boggy costume.
Guesswork. Nobody can know what Boggy's feet look like. It's his greatest secret.
Okay, so that's 100% under clues. Are you freaking kidding me? Everything here is filled in. Okay. Yeah, full suspicion on the culprit, none on anyone else. Nice hat, complete the game. Alright, so it's all about finding the one thing here in the museum that I have apparently not triggered some way, somehow.
Apparently, it seems this is a some educate. Did you? Some educate.
Oops.
These are skulls. Things and unless a thing. Models of some.
Did that.
Things unless a thing. This is a It's a poster from the. It's a poster from the old Boggy cartoon show.
Oh, come on! What? Oh, I call bullshit on that. My declaration of bullshit is duly noted.
Let's see here. Refer.
Well, just for sake of argument, I'll probably just run through the end game again real quick. I don't expect anything to be different, but...
The water is black and...
just in case.
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there.
I don't need to.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Boggy from last night? Let me see that photo. If that's not Boggy, what is it?
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature? How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature?
I dodged that bullet, not having those.
What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
Ah, but this swamp slime was one of the reasons Boggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think. This stuff has an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that exactly?
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom.
It's the way he says that. A poisoned hot dog.
Supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone? I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work out...
Video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night. At the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them? Just rearrange the...
No problem. I can open...
Boggy appears, Remington fires... Remington cries out in shock. I actually missed that the first time around.
I think that's it.
Ah, excellent. There's just 2 small details bothering me. First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
It turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items onto my manuals with the...
Wait! You never...
You're right, not...
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made out of some thick material. Something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume? How? We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
Simple. He's still wearing it.
I don't know what you want with me. Sounds like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Buggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret. The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy. A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The Order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
But he's not a killer. You're the one who...
Detective.
You. It's
finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him. Just to scare him. Convince him Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him. You worked out the rest yourself.
It makes a difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down.
Hey, wait!
It was worth watching again.
Aha!
Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
Alright. So, I guess the plan is 8 weeks from now, I'll do Tangle Tower. I'm looking forward to it. This was really amusing.
Grimoire.
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We better be.
All right. Right, well, that's it for Stumper Sunday. Take care. Never forget to play. I'll catch you next time.